What's up, Level Up family? Back here with another video for you guys. This video right here is going to be for people who just bought their truck and they're trying to figure out if they should start their own authority, or if they should lease on to a mega company, or should they lease on to a small company. But y'all already know, before we can get into this video, what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to hit that like button. For the new people, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that bell so that you can be notified every time a new video is uploaded. Now we got that out the way. Now let's get into this video. Alright, let me first start off explaining these three categories. Starting your own authority means that you're going to be going into business by yourself, doing everything 100% yourself. You are your own boss. Nobody can tell you what to do or where you got to go or where you don't want to go. You control everything. Now, if you lease onto a mega company, and the mega companies could be like JB Hunt, Snyder, Napa, FedEx, big time companies that already have contracts. You just want to try to just get your feet wet a little bit. You want to just jump in there and let them do all the hard work, so all you got to do is just sit back and just drive. That's what leasing onto a mega company would be for you. And then you also can lease onto a small company. And what I mean by small company is could be like me, myself, Level Up Transport. At some point down the line, I'm going to let owner operators lease on under my authority. And that's what that would be. Now let's break all of these down. Now you could start your own authority. But to start your own authority, you would have to file your DOT and MC numbers. Also, you would have to file a BOC3, which will be a form that you would need a processing agent to file for you, just to say that you have agents in every state that if anything was to happen to you or your company, they will be able to get to you, and if you get in an accident or something, it's just you have an agent. No matter what state you in, you have somebody that's representing you, no matter where you at. Also, in order to start your own authority, you would have to start your insurance, which you need at least $750,000 of liability coverage. Now, this is a very pricey insurance. This insurance will start your authority also following $100,000 cargo insurance. You can get the $1 million policy. That's what most brokers would like you to have, but there are some brokers out there that will work with you if you just had the 750. And last but not least, everything is on you. What I mean everything is on you is meaning that you will have to book your own loads. You will have to, do your own factoring if you don't have a factoring company. You will have to make sure all of your paperwork is up to date. And when you do your quarterly IFTA, you will have to do all of the filing. Everything is just on you, 100% on you. So you'll be able to make all of your decisions of where you want to go. Like I mentioned earlier, nobody can tell you, oh, well, you need to go here. Or if you don't go here, then that's all I got for you, and then you can't make no money. Nah, it's not like that when you have your own authority. You are the boss. You have to say so where you want your truck to go. Now, you can take a little lesser hit by leasing onto a mega company. Now, the good things about leasing onto a mega company is that you don't need your own DOT or MC number because you will be using their numbers. Also, majority of the big companies, all you would need is just bobtailing insurance. Bobtailing insurance is just your truck. You just have insurance on the truck. When you with mega companies like that, the trailer, you're going to be using their trailer most likely. So their trailer is already insured. and the freight that you're picking up is already insured. So you don't need to have to worry about paying the cargo insurance. You just need to worry about your truck. And normally that is somewhere around $250 to $500 a month. So it's not as bad as if you start your own authority and you have to get the whole $750K plus the $100,000 cargo insurance. Well, that is probably roughly between $15 to $2,000 a month, and your down payment could be anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000 down payment just to start your authority. Also, if you're leasing onto a mega company, they most likely will do your quarterly IFTA, so you don't have to worry about that. The loads are already booked. You just have to pick which ones that you want. Meaning they probably have a phone number that you call in the morning. You talk to dispatch, hey, I'm ready to work today. What loads do you got? And they will just give you a whole list of loads that they have already. And you just got to pick where you want to go. Now, it still works out like starting your own authority that they can't send you somewhere that you don't want to go, because majority of these companies are not forced dispatch. So if you get on there and you call on the phone and they have nothing, no good loads, all bad loads or something, or places that you just don't want to go to, you can just say, nah, that's okay. I'm going to just sit out and just sit home. Cool. I'm sure they won't trip because it's your truck and you just didn't make no money that day. But 9 times out of 10, they have other drivers there that can get that load moved. Also, these loads might be less paying loads just because of the simple fact that the mega company already booked these loads. So they already know how much the load is paying, and they taking that cut off the top. So when you call in like, yeah, hey, what you got today? They could say, oh, I got this Maryland to Virginia load, and it's paying $700. But really that load probably paid $1,000, but they already took that money off the top. So you don't know how much, the load is, and you can't negotiate their rate or nothing, because they already took that money off the top. So what's left is left for you. So it's up to you if you want to take that load, and then you take that load for that money that they have for you. Also, the last thing but not least is when you're with a mega company, all you really had to do is just drive. That's it. You just wake up, you want to work today, call in. Like I said, which loads you got, or you find a load, cool. You get that load, you drive to the destination, you pick up, you go deliver, you send the paperwork in. What else y'all got? It's just a lot more easier and simpler than starting your own authority. So it's less of a headache and less responsibilities that you have to worry about. But just know that since it's less responsibilities, that sometimes the loads are paying less. Now you have your own authority, you could find that same load that they have, but when you have your own authority, you can negotiate your rates with those brokers. But when you're leased on to a company, you just got to take whatever they give you. You also can lease on to a small company. Now, one of the good things about a small company is you don't need your MC numbers or DOT numbers, because you're going to be using their numbers. You have to have your own tags for your truck, and that's one thing that I did miss on the mega companies. I know when I first had got my truck, I wanted to lease on to a company, and they have a plate program, and that plate program would mean that they will give you tags for your truck, and they will just take it out of your checks until the tag is paid off of. But the bad thing about that is when you leave and you depart from that company, they want their tag back. So that puts you back at square one, that you need to go and get your own tags. So needless to say, I would say it's just best for you to just get your own tags, so you don't have to worry about that. But I understand you just get the truck, money can be tight, and you doing a plate program with a company that can benefit you, help you to get a couple checks in, and then you can save your money up so that you can buy your own tags. Everybody's situation is different, so you just have to do what's best for you. Also, if you lease onto a small company, Some companies, you might just need bobtailing insurance. Other companies, they may want you to have the whole $750,000 of liability, just like you would need for your starting authority, and you would need the $100,000 cargo insurance. Now, I know that it kind of seems crazy to lease onto somebody, but you still have the same type of insurance as starting your own authority. Now, this would be just like if I'm leasing on owner operators under my own authority. I can tell you, don't worry, I can put you on my insurance, or you can just bring your own insurance. Now, if I put you on my insurance, then just know that whatever percentage rate that we talk about, now that percentage rate goes up now, because now I need to at least get enough money back so I can pay the insurance of your behalf of being on insurance. Now, some small companies may tell you they just want you to bring your own insurance, and it's easier that way. So that way, if anything happens, you got to go through your own insurance rather than me having to go through my insurance with a claim. Also, if you lease onto a small company, you have to book your own loads. You will have their numbers, and you will have to just get the load board, or they might already have an account for the load board, and you would just have to pick your own loads. And this is kind of good because now you get to negotiate your rates just like you were doing with your starting authority part. Also, you will have to do your own IFTA. Most likely, like I said, some companies may do the IFTA, but majority of the time, a small company, it's just kind of basically like, I'm just letting you run under my numbers, but you still have to do all of the work yourself. But it's just a lot easier because you don't have to go through all of these steps like you would have to do if you start in your own authority. So it's kind of like you have your own authority, but you really don't. So it's at a cheaper price and a lesser responsibility because you're running under somebody else's number, but you still almost have those same type of responsibilities as if you have your own authority. You still gonna be booking your own loads. You still have to make sure that your IFTA is up, your insurance is up, your tags, everything is good because that's your truck. You have to make sure all that stuff is good. But when it comes down to the pay, you might just need to just take a picture of the BOL and then send it in to your boss, whoever that you're running under, and then they will factor the load under their factoring company. And I guess y'all work it out how, you get paid at the end. But neither one of these options are bad. You can all be successful with either one of these. It all depends on what you want to do. When I first got my truck, I wanted to lease on because I did not want to make that payment on starting my authority. My payment was $4,500 to put down on insurance, and money was kind of running slim. I just didn't have it. So I wanted to lease on to a company, but meaning that I only had 1 year of experience with my CDL license, a lot of the major companies was not trying to work with me. So it forced me to just go ahead and start my own authority. So either one, like I said, either one can work for you. None of them are a bad idea. You can jump onto a mega company just to get your feet wet, to get the feel of it. You can jump on with a small company and, like I said, to get your feel of it, book your own load so that you know how it works and how the business is run. And then once you feel comfortable, then you can jump out there and get your numbers and do everything yourself under your own numbers. If you know anybody who can benefit from this video, please don't hesitate to send it to them. And once again, if you have any questions or anything, just leave it in the comment section down below. Also, if you feel as though I left anything out or you want to add anything to this video, please just leave it in the comment section down below. And that's the end of this video. Y'all stay safe out there, and I'll catch y'all at the next video.